Thank you. We have an affordability crisis for a number of reasons, and part of it relates to housing policy as such, and part of it's because we've made policy choices that immiserate millions of people across our country that don't relate to housing alone. And as I noted at the outset, the drive for economic justice is literally how I first came to get engaged in electoral politics as part of an effort to institute a living wage ordinance in Providence 20 years ago. And economic justice is, as some have spoken to, a racial justice issue, it's a gender justice issue, it's also a democracy issue. You can't have access to political rights without access to economic rights. The two must come in tandem, and we've seen the faith community recognize this. For instance, quite succinctly in the notion of the March on Washington for jobs and for freedom. So all of these things come in tandem. When it comes to affordable housing in particular, it's an issue I've worked on quite a bit over the years. I helped institute Providence's Affordable Housing Trust Fund. I oversaw the passage of legislation to incorporate the homeless into the hate crimes statute at the statewide level. I serve on the board of a nonprofit that particularly works to provide housing and other services to people who were recently incarcerated. So it's an issue that's dear to my heart. And at the national level, we need to deal with this in a variety of different ways. We need more very low-income housing. We need more public housing. We haven't invested in our public housing stock at the rate at which we need to in generations. We need to take other measures to ensure that people have access to the means they need in order to survive. So we need to raise wages. We need to increase people's ability to join unions. We need fairer tax policy. We need to push back against the corporate monopolies and corporate special interests that are extracting from us as consumers and as workers and as small business owners. And we need a more progressive response to inflation. I'm worried that what the Fed is doing is reducing housing starts and is going to push our economy into a recession, which disproportionately impacts the people who are already on the margins, just recently found employment.